Welcome back to another wrestling and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. And yeah, of course, it is a big episode of NXT this week because we've got all of the build up for Stand and Deliver, which isn't far away now. Obviously, lots being dominated by Meadow against Trick, but we also got the likes of Lyra against Roxanne. And Ilya against Tony D. So yeah, lots going on. But we started things off with Roxanne against Tatum Paxley, who attacked Roxanne with all her anger, but she was simply outmatched. The Prodigy hit Pot Rocks into a crossface for a quick submission win. The Prodigy called out Ava again. Instead, Lyra arrived and called her with a left arm in a sling, ready to fight. Perez ripped off the sling until she trapped the Valkyrie in a crossface until officials intervened. The match was squashed, but Paxley worked hard to look good in a one-sided battle. The two did all they could in such a short period of time. NXT's done wonders with the build of this sequel. To Lyra versus Perez. The excitement is palpable, especially following Perez's heel turn. And yeah, it's one of the hottest angles on the show. I think that's testament to how they've done. So yeah, for me this worked really nicely as an opener and gets 6 out of 10. Before Josh Briggs stomped into the ring to call out Obafemi for his vicious attack on Brooks Jensen. Femi confidently agreed to fight Briggs, but Dijak arrived to claim his title shot. A brawl broke out until officials intervened. This was a solid setup for the expected triple threat between Femi, Briggs and Dijak, and it's a very different kind of match than NXT kind of delivers, with it being a pure power lineup in a way. With the right pacing, it could make a major impression as the hard-hitting battle of Stand and Deliver. All three men could make a main roster impression as well during WrestleMania weekend, which yeah would be exciting to see. So yeah, on the whole, good stuff. Before it was time for the number one contenders qualifier match between Fraser and Axiom and Dempsey and Bourne. And yeah, Bourne and Dempsey stepped up to represent No Quarter Catch You. They were not able to stop Fraser and Axiom though. Fraser won with a Phoenix Splash on Bourne, while Axiom knocked out Dempsey with a golden ratio. It's time to give Fraser and Axiom a formal tag team name. They're too good to not stay as a team for a while. While Dempsey has chemistry with his former UK rivals, Bourne stood out as a physical and fast performer. He looked really good here. The right team won though, and Fraser and Axiom should win the triple threat as well. It's more likely that Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson will go over instead, which would be a shame. But yeah, I hope we do get the young stars win to really establish them. Before it's time for Sol Ruka versus Brittany Reese. And Brittany Reese was a ball of fire from the bell, but walked right into the style statue after a quick loss. Afterwards, Blair Davenport struck, laying out Sol Ruka. This match was not much of a match. But Ruka looked great coming off her injury. Her athleticism is still eye-popping, and she may even be more fluid than last year. Ruka v Davenport could be a great match, and the way she's booked leading into it will definitely have her in line. But yeah, I think for me, I think it wasn't terrible, but yeah, I just kind of found it a bit of a come down from what we've seen so far, to be honest, on the card. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Before Tony D promised to win the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver, when Ilya pops up on the Titantron, John interrupted to advise him that he would face the underboss Stacks next week. This was unfortunately too corny. While the Don has gotten moves from Henry Gifford quite far, it was hard to buy him as a real challenge to Dragunov. He is leaning in a heel to build Stand and Deliver, throwing obstacles in the way of the Man Dragon, making it a title match. This is not as interesting as Tony D proving himself after building so much goodwill over the past few years. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where we go from this, but I just think yeah, maybe not quite yet, but I think there's still a long way to go before the show to turn around. Before it's time for Drew Gulak versus Riley Osborne for the Heritage Cup. Osborne shocked Gulak, representing New Course Country, with a round 1 decision off a shooting star press. Gulak responded with a surprise pin trap in round 2 for his first fall. JC Jane arrived with Jasmine next to distract Zia Hale, who Duke Hudson barely stopped from attacking them both. Physically involved, setting up Gulak to fall onto Osborne in round 4 for the deciding fall. It was a great showcase for a variety of athletic moves, but it was rushed and too clunky by Gulak's usual standard. Too much of the action looked heavy choreographed. The chemistry was not there, setting up a forgettable encounter where neither seemed to be comfortable with the rounds format. No Quarter Catch crew needs to win some matches to ensure the actual dominance. This was another case where the group looked outmatched in a contest where Gulak should have been clearly favourite. So yeah, only gets 6 out of 10 from me. We then saw Gallows and Anderson taking on Hank and Tank in a contenders match, and yeah, they tried to take the main roster stars off their game with a fast offense. However, the OC was too experienced to let the rookies beat them, winning with a magic killer. It played out as predicted, Gallows and Anderson dominating in a flat beatdown section. Hank and Tank tried to get in this match moving, but it was too late. The veterans picked up the expected win. There was no doubt that any of this point the OC would not advance. Gallows and Anderson showed no urgency to get the finish. While Gallows and Anderson's a veteran experience as a tag team, they have a competent match with anyone. They remain too limited to stand out within a young stacked roster. So yeah, unfortunately, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but just didn't really stand out. Before Trick and Noam faced off in the main event. Noam had Trick on the ropes, especially off distraction from Lash. However, Trick caught Dahl with a surprise trick shot for the win. Immediately after the match, Trick called out Mello. Hayes snuck in a member of his own security, standing for a brutal one-on-one beatdown. It was nice to see Dahl in wrestling in a traditional match again. His technical prowess was on full display as he focused on submissions with his shoot kick and submissions. He brought out more from Trick than anyone brought earlier so far, and that makes it a strong main event all round. It was good to see a friendly Trick and Mello get physical once again, though Hayes could have done a bit more than sneak attack his opponent to emphasise how much he just dislikes Trick. But on the whole, I thought it was a pretty fun main event, and yeah, like I said, gets 7 out of 10. Overall, NXT this week gets 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, pretty decent episode of NXT this week, I have to say. Lots going on, maybe a few angles like the NXT Championship scene not clicking quite to my liking just yet, but I thought on the whole it was pretty fun. There was lots going on, and yeah, like I say, 6 out of 10 from me. I think the build for Sandler is getting interesting. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.